again and again. Yes, I'm everybody's favorite big sister. I will tell you a little bit about the show. So it's a teen show, mainly.
There you have it. That was a significant figure. Now you also can have. And how can you help your friends to move on after such a loss? Of course, more excitement, more fun. Did you miss me? Because I missed you. Welcome to it. This is Vibe with Vida and I'm your host Vida. Glad you could make the time to watch the show. Now I'm super excited about the episode tonight. I know I always say this because I'm always excited. I know. And as always, we have an exciting movie experience and also a celebrity feature. Now if you're new to the show, this is what the movie experience is about. Every week we give away movie tickets and allow you invite, the winner, if you're the winner, that's what I mean by you, to invite anybody you want to go to the movies with, and you choose whatever movie you want to see. That's one part of the show. And then another part, the celebrity feature, where I invite any celebrity and they come to the show and talk about their childhood. Whatever you want to know about them, they come and mention it right here. They come and answer what you want to know about them when they were younger, right here on the show. So yeah, that's Vibe with Vida in a nutshell. It's going to be so exciting, I know, and I'm glad you could tune in. Let's get into the first question.
Hi, I'm always been discouraged from studying journalism that there are no jobs. Which courses would you advise me to take if I'm to easily find a job?
At this point, I think I can loudly, and I hope I make this point across well, I think there's no such thing as, this course, don't study this course because there aren't enough jobs in it. I mean, how can someone say they discourage you from studying journalism because there are no jobs? What am I doing here? I did the same course and I have a job. And there's lots of people working at the company I work at, right here at Diamond TV. Yeah, so anyways, what I'm trying to say is, no, whatever you want to study it, because half the time people are actually working jobs they didn't even study. They learn on the job, then go to school later. Someone can have papers for marketing and they find themselves in the media. There's a marketing department in the media. But what I mean is they find themselves in front of a camera because they can maybe read well and they're asked to anchor. Life has its way of steering your boat where it's supposed to go. So what you want to be in the media, you want to study, go ahead and study journalism because that's what you want. Nobody should discourage you from it. I mean, what's the point in studying something you have no passion for? That's why you find yourself failing at every single exam. Classes you can't pay attention, you have zero interest in the course, so all the modules that you're in you take no interest in at all, hence no concentration. But if something that you genuinely love, it's easy to pay attention and easy for you to get those papers that you need, and also easier for you to get a job, because after all, the reason why we study is to use the papers for when you're job hunting, isn't it? So when required, good grades will get you what? A good job. Yeah. Whatever the discouragement might be, you study what you want to study. No matter what people say, study what you want to study. For your sake, it's you. It's your paper, it's your life, it's your career. You can't just depend on discouragements. You can't listen. You can't take in the discouragements that people feed you. Now, let's move on and get into when I was a teen.
I was the quiet type. More of, I was so engrossed in school. So most of the time I concentrated much on studying and playing basketball and writing songs, and I was very, very active as well. I was in the debate club. I did a lot of things, really. I did a lot of things. So I would say that I was a very active teenager. And a very determined one for that matter, yeah. So it's pretty much it. My inspiration growing up was my older brother. I always looked up to him because I feel like at that point he was the one that loved what I loved. And I always saw myself, you know, walking on stage, receiving an award, or walking down the aisle, you know, like it was just one of those, he was that type of person that would always encourage me. And so he was my inspiration. And I remember my dad had bought this tiny little radio, and my older brother was recording music using that. And one time he called me and he said, come and sing this chorus. And the way I sang it, he wasn't impressed. So he told me, you know what, I feel like you have potential. So when you sing, you have to sing from, you know, below your belly, and then your voice will come out really nice. And I started practicing. And afterwards, I went back to him and I sang, and he told me my voice was actually really nice and I was gonna go places. So he was very encouraging. He was my inspiration growing up. I used to play basketball, and I was a very, very good debater. And I used to sing a lot. I wouldn't say I was popular, but I would say I was known. I was no, not really popular, but yeah, I was known. Everybody knew who I was. Yeah. No, not really who I was, but they knew my name. Yeah. Basketball. I used to play basketball a lot. Every single afternoon, I remember the time I was on Jase Girls, every single afternoon, you would always find me on the basketball court, playing basketball. I loved it. At some point, I actually thought I would become a professional basketball player, you know, but yeah, my height and yeah, life happened, so. I was actually the head girl at Hillcrest National Technical High School in 2007. And I remember my father was so proud. Yeah. It was challenging because, you know, you had to lead by example. And I had very naughty friends. Not that they were naughty, but they were a handful. So I would always have to be a little, you know, considerate of them. But all in all, Hillcrest is a very, very, what word can I use? When I was there, it was a very busy school, and when you were accorded the responsibility of looking after your fellow students, it came as a very, very huge responsibility, because I remember I used to sit on the board. So I was always on my toes. I always had to make sure that my behavior was exemplary, and yeah, but the experience was really great because I feel like it contributed to the woman I've become today. So whatever it is that I do, I'm always thinking about what people will, not really what people will say, but people that look up to me will think of me. So it has really shaped my character. Did I ever have a crush on a guy? Well, I had a lot of crushes, a lot. Let me see, which one was the biggest crush? Well, I remember I had a crush on this guy who actually went on to ask me out. And he was actually my first boyfriend. And yeah, I always blush whenever I talk about him because I actually thought I was in love. But later on, I just found out that I was just infatuated. But Yeah, I guess it's just growing up. I was 18. Yeah. I had my first boyfriend when I was 18. Yeah. 18 going on 19? Yeah. It was a very... My relationship with my parents growing up was very... My father was a very strict man. He never allowed me to wear slacks at home. And with my parents, it was always about going to school. They didn't really mind about everything else for as long as we went to school. It's something that my parents, regardless of them being strict with other areas of life, they were more strict when it came to school, because then I never really understood. I just felt like they were bothering me, you know. But it's only now that I'm getting to understand and appreciate their strictness when it comes to school, because I'm actually a better woman because they pushed me to, you know, they really pushed me to become educated, and now I'm enjoying the fruit. So I would say that the relationship was very, very, they are very loving. And I wouldn't say there's anything I lacked growing up because their love was enough. My relationship with my siblings was very funny. Not really funny, but quite funny, because I was the darkest growing up. And so I remember my older sister would always joke, saying, when I was born and mom took me home, my immediate older brother, Cholwe, looked at me and he was so shocked because I was quite very dark. And he literally was so shocked. He's like, but what happened to this one? The other one was very light, but this one is so dark. Did you burn her while she was in the belly or something? You know, so they always made fun of the fact that I was dark. I was darker than everybody else, and they made fun of the fact that I was quite big-bodied. I wouldn't say fat, but I was big-bodied growing up. So they kind of made fun of me. But it was a very, very good relationship. We were actually very close. Considering where I am today, I feel like I've tried my level best to be a role model. I know the term role model is subject to interpretation, and most people would not want to even be called role models, because whatever it is that you do has an effect on any child that looks up to you. So for me, I feel like I've been a good role model because whatever it is that I do, the way I carry myself, the way I talk, pretty much everything, going to the music that I do, it's something that I wouldn't want to corrupt the morals of those that look up to me. And so I feel like I've actually set a great example. As I said earlier on, my parents were very, very strict when it came to going to school. Although people would laugh because we weren't really financially well-to-do, but my parents could afford to put food on the table, and they could afford to take me and my siblings to school. And that kind of gave me the decisive impetus to work hard and always just do good in school. And look at me now. I'm almost done with my master's degree. I have my first degree. I may not be married with children, but I feel it will happen at its own time. But I think I've set quite a very good example that you can be anything that you want to be if only you put your mind to it.
I always say, if you want to see someone here, ask me to bring them and I'll bring them right on the show. So there she is. Kantu, you asked for her. I brought her on. Interesting, yeah. Everyone's childhood is always so interesting. Now let's move on and get into the movie experience.
Okay, yeah, another interesting movie experience, and I continue to give movie tickets away. So today I have my winner with me, who is Mary. Welcome to the movie experience. How was your movie experience today?
It was really nice. I really enjoyed, and I believe there'll be a next time.
There'll be a next time. You want there to be a next time,
Yeah.
and it will be fun. You're just telling me just now that it's your first time in the cinema. What did you think of it? Just watching the movie from a big screen rather than the TV at home.
It was really nice because I never really had disturbances and everything, peace of mind, just enjoying myself. That's what I
Okay,
can say.
nice. Now the movie ticket, everybody knows it's a +1, so you get somebody to accompany you. And your +1 didn't show up. Tell us what happened with your +1.
She was tied up, so for me it was kind of frustrating. I tried to replace her, no one was willing, but then I still enjoyed. I believe it was for a purpose that I came alone.
Of course, of course. Now, here, interestingly, how I came across, or why I gave you the ticket, she inboxed me and she was making show suggestions and all else. So, how often do you watch Diamond TV?
Mostly I do watch Diamond TV when I'm home. Yeah, that's what.
Which is your favorite show on the station?
Diamond Connection, Madiva Yokwana.
Of course, I mean, I have to give them that one. I definitely have to give them that one. Now, you are making show suggestions of having a show where we get to invite women, just basically supporting women's rights. Do you have a passion for women's rights? Do you do certain, maybe take part in an NGO or campaigns or something?
Not really, but I was planning to start up a youth group for especially people who come from compounds, because you find a lot of girls don't really do anything. But if she gets pregnant, then it ends there. For her, it's done. She can't go back to school, she can't do anything, she'll be just home wasting her life. So I thought maybe if we find something for them to do, something to give them hope that they can do something with their lives, and just, I know, even if someone has got a child, but still they can do something valuable with their life.
I totally agree. Agree. It doesn't have to end there. Well, it's a good plan you have in your mind. I hope it comes to fruition sometimes. And
I believe so. Mostly because I would say people who come from compounds, I really have a passion for those people who come from that side, because I've grown up there and I do know the difficulties that they pass through. So I would love to see a change there in the compounds.
nice. I love how passionate you are. I think I'll invite you to hang out with Malama and I some days, and we can chat, because Malama and I were all about women talk and girls and stuff. So we'll definitely get to chat with you.
That would be really nice, really nice. I would appreciate it.
It's been nice having you come through.
Thank you.
I'm definitely gonna give you a ticket again, but not anytime soon. But
Yeah,
sometime
I
sometime.
believe so. And I believe someone will win, then they'll invite me.
They'll invite you. Yes. So this has been the movie experience. Stay tuned. I'll see you soon.
Every single week, free tickets. Who wouldn't want that? I know, right? You and anybody you want to invite, get a free ticket. All you have to do is show up at Stokenako and watch the movie. Well, that's after you win. And you're already doing much just by watching the show. So look out on the Diamond TV page and see just how you can win. However, stay interactive. The most interactive are the ones that come onto the show, well, as the movie experience winners. Let's move on and get into the last question.
Hey big sis, can we be friends? I'm 16 years old and I would really like someone to talk to. I'm the only child in my family and I really admire friends with big families where they talk and laugh together. I don't have that.
Yeah, of course we can be friends. I don't just say big sis for nothing. It actually, I do mean it. Like if you want somebody to talk to, I'm right here. And I'm glad that many have gotten to realize that you can actually talk to me, and I do respond. I advise how the best way that I can. Now, we're all wishing for the things that we just didn't have. I'm sure there's somebody in a family of 10 and wishing they were the only child. And there's an only child wishing they had lots of siblings. We all want different things, but of course you can find sisters and brothers in other people, and that's why I always say I'm here for you. I genuinely mean it. Yeah, so I do mean it. You can consider me your big sister, and we can chat at any time you want to chat. If I'm not busy, we can, exchange messages. If you want to call me, reach me through the Diamond TV line. I'm always saying that I'm available. So do not feel that it's all for sure. No. It's genuine. It's genuine, darling. Don't feel lonely when Vida is right here. Now I've come to the end of the show today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you next week. Remember, stay interactive. Social media is always when you see the green button, then somebody's online, yeah. So if you use the Diamond TV page, address your messages to Vida and I will get them. Even your SMSs, address them to me and they will deliver them to me. That's the only way I can get to see them. So yeah, that's it for this week. I'll see you again next week, Thursday, 18:35 hours. Keep it Diamond.